character. Returning cast member, Wins Arts, Win Soul. Alrighty. Are you here for the win? Or are you here for your soul? We're going to start off with some whys. Why are you doing this? Okay, so you're doing this to win? Yes? Okay. That's right, Winsoul Winsoul really wanted to win, yeah. I mean, her soul is driving her to that. And you know what? If she wants it, if she wants to win, I'm not here to get in her way. I'm not trying to win. This is an absolute win-win. She is teaching me about herself. She is saying, all I want to do right now is get out of this game and win. And I'm like, all I want to do is learn more about you. This is literally a win-win. And she gets a perfect. Hopefully that rocks a little bit of, like, I hope that it's a win-win with a little bit of loss on her side. But that loss, I don't want it to be a negative. I want it to be like a why, right? Because I'm getting her to ask why as well. She's not asking why. She's like, I know my answer. I want to win. Which there's a valor in it, right? There's an honor in knowing what you want. I want to learn what she's about. She wants to win. We are both getting what we want. But now I think that I've learned enough, so I want something different. I want to give her the B's. And now I'm going to give her the B's. And we're going to see if she still wants what she wanted before. And whether she knows how to, whether she remembers how to get what she wants when she spent so much time having what she wants given to her. Why? Why are we doing? Okay, yep, you want to win still. Okay, give her the B's. Okay, she definitely still wants to win, but her desire to win, mixed with her previous skill and her natural talent and ability to put things together, is giving her new answers. So she still wants to win, but now she knows how to get it better. Everything changes something. And you know what? If none of these lessons, if none of these things that I'm saying that she might be picking up, she's just ignoring them all and this is all on autopilot for her, then that's okay. Because I can understand how it could be the case that she's doing that based on the actions. Like, I'm like, yeah, I've heard this song before. So either it's a fluke on fluke on fluke, or I'm like, I'm starting to make sense. And this is a thing. And it doesn't matter that she understands whether or not it's a thing. She's dancing to the same tune that I've seen other people dance to my entire life. I know the tune. And you're like, no, it's my tune. And I'm like, I know the tune. Because your tune is my tune. Because the tune that you're hearing is the tune that we all hear. We just all think that we're the only person that hears it because we're too scared to ask other people because the song is weird. The song is weird, the world is weird, and we're too scared to ask other people and say, hey, it's weird, yeah? Why is it so weird? Anyway. Manon. Is this the jury? No, this is Rothwood. Oh, I love Rothwood. Oh my god. And she's like, we got an alt color of like the red. Oh, good thing she's not wearing a cave darling and grew about 9 feet. Jesus. Okay. We'll start with giving her some bees. What if you do to some bees? See, by giving her the bees, I have instead of asking, actually, you know what? It starts with why. The first question is why. So I'm not asking why, so I've gone to question 2. So if I'm not asking why, what am I doing? I am assuming that the answer to her why is that she wants to win. There we go. I'm not skipping anything. I am assuming, I am basing my actions off of the assumption that she's doing. I'm not saying that she is or not. I don't know. I have no idea whether or not she's playing to win, or she's playing to learn, or she's playing to have fun. I have no idea what. I haven't figured that out yet. But I have to recognize that that's the first question, and either I answer that question with a hypothetical and act accordingly, or I figure out what the question is in real life, and you don't move forwards until you get that. And that creates logical consistency with how you view the world, because you build everything back up from base principles. And for me, the base principle for me is like, for me as an individual, is what do I want, right? That's the base principle, is what do I want. because it's all that there can be. Because it's either me or the world. So I have to, at the end of the day, choose between what do I want and what do I want to give the world, and where do I meet in the middle on that. So I kind of have to be like, well, I have to, in the same way as I want my 0 to be perfectly in the middle of 2 of the biggest extremes that I can. Well, I reset to 0, boom, and that's okay. I'll be able to look it up on the VODs later. Alrighty. So now, you know what? I'm thinking about it now. Why are you playing? Are you playing to win? Or is there another? Because I said win and learn. And again, it's not because winning and learning are the only two possible reasons that they're playing the game. Right? But if their reason is winning, they'll take my health away. If their reason is anything else, if there's any other reason except winning this current Street Fighter match, that's what I'm doing. So if I just ask why the whole time, at the start, the only option is they're going to grab me or do other tricksy bullshit to kill me because they want to take all of my health away and move on to the next game for whatever reason. But what's the alternative? I don't know. There could be an infinite amount of alternatives, but I've anchored the question on splitting the infinite and the finite. I've taken the infinite of what could be, and my question is slicing off one thing, which in this case is the question, do you want to win, or, I guess more accurately, is winning the thing that will eventually overtake your actions once all else is still? And I said I was going to ask why, but I've just gone to pressing Bs, right? I've been given the Bs, because again, I said one thing, which is me predicting that based on what I want to do now, I'm going to take an action in the future. It's a prediction. A promise is a prediction. It just comes down to how good you are at predicting yourself, right? And how good you are at predicting yourself is a cross between how good you are at predicting and how unpredictable you are. You can be incredibly good at predicting things and be an incredibly unpredictable person, and you'll meet in the middle. You'll be 50-50, right? But if you're pretty good at putting things together, but you're an incredibly predictable person, or you can make promises for days. You know that if you say something, you're going to do it, right? Or you can be an incredibly unpredictable person and very bad at predicting things. You will never be able to keep your promises. Because a promise is just a prediction of your own future behavior. So now, we're going to ask why. Is it because you want to win, or is there literally any other reason? And of course, it's not going to be one or the other, right? They're not just going to be like, I want to just win, and then they'll stop and go from full win to full not winning, right? They'll hesitate, they'll shift, the volume will go down, the beat will get more or less complex, right? But like listening to a song, you watch the act, you keep your metronome steady, the metronome of why, right? I just keep the why there. You keep that steady, and you watch their song. You watch like when you have a song playing and there's like the little frequency waves, the equalizer or whatever it's called, the oscillate. Anyway, so when music waves go like wah wah wah, right? This Zangief is that, right? So he's like move left, back, left, grab, jump back, left, jump back, left, and it's a complicated, like it randomly changes and things. You're like, because there's a bunch of different tunes going on inside the Zangief player's head, right? And if there's a bunch of tunes going on in the Zangief player's head, imagine that only the loudest spikes in the waveform of his audio, of his brain, is going to express itself through action, assuming that assuming that that's how it works in this analogy. So I'm like, okay, you've got you're being erratic, so your actions, your dance is based on multiple things. If it's only based on one thing, you only do one thing. If it's only based on winning and there's nothing else in your mind, your Etch-a-Sketch is flat, you know what's out there, you know what's in you, you know you want to win, you walk up and grab, on repeat, infinite forever. And that's perfect, you've reached Zen, right? So let's see how Dundee goes. Okay, so Dundee thinks that when I let go of this parry, he can get in with a quick one. See? But he thinks he's smart because he thinks I picked it up. So I do it twice, and then 3 times. And then the 4th because he saw that I had no meter left because I was playing that little game of how many times can I parry, stop parry before he stops. He might have recognized that he's like, ha, I've baited him into a game of chicken in which he's determining my, parry stuff, and I'm gonna, or he could have just realized that the meter's down and he gets a perfect opportunity now to take over, which he'd be correct in both. Back to the whys. So, let's go. Why are we here? Okay, so you want to win. It's okay. I'm gonna stop asking why. I'm just gonna stand here. I'm not asking why. I'm not doing anything. I'm not asking why. I'm not even asking why. And you want to win, and that's okay. Because I had a wonderful time. See, then you go up a dimension into a real world and you metagame this. You're like, okay, Mitchell, you're literally just standing in front of him, taking this moment to psychoanalyze some poor chump while he wails on your digital avatar. Like, yes, I am. And I'm like, okay, so then when does that stop? I'm losing rating from this. I'm queuing up for ranked games. You're like, oh, that's a good question. Next question is, do I care? Not particularly, but there are some reasons. Obviously, I want to play against a certain caliber of player. Because right now people will ego me all the way down to like the bottom of the hierarchy right now. Right now, if I just sit in this hierarchy and be active within it, everyone will punch me down until I'm at the bottom of that hierarchy, because that's why the hierarchy exists. And it's great, it's fine that it does. But this hierarchy exists so that we can all spend time punching each other down it and climbing over each other to get up it. And we have fun doing that. It's fun to use the hierarchy as a ruler, as a measuring stick, as a joint point of context to compare achievements. And I'm using it in exactly that way too. I'm like, yep, you know what? It's cool, we've got this game, and I forgot where my point was going. I missed a word or something. But effectively, when I get down to basically when I find the players degenerating too much into base animals because they lacked instinct or courage, then I'll just give them more bees until